Ring cameras have captured all sorts of things, but what is this? The Florida homeowner thinks it looks like a baby dinosaur, just like something out of Jurassic Park.
A shadow moves in the forest, silent, deliberate, and far too large to be any common animal. Witnesses freeze, hearts pounding, as a scaly creature with a rigid tail emerges from the darkness. For over a century, sightings of living dinosaurs have surfaced from remote jungles, hidden valleys, and unexplored lakes, giants thought lost to time. From towering birds that could carry a human to a serpentine-like creature that kills anyone who makes eye contact. These sightings challenge everything science taught us about extinction. Could dinosaurs still roam among us? Join us as we uncover 14 real dinosaur sightings that have scientists baffled. Let's kick things off with a sighting so incredible, it might just make you question what's lurking in the wild today. Number 14. The Mokele-Mbembe. In the heart of Africa's Congo Basin, the sighting of an extraordinary creature echoes through the dense rainforest. The Mokele-Mbembe, whose name translates to one who stops the flow of rivers, has captivated the imagination of locals and researchers for generations. Natives describe a massive beast with a long serpentine neck, a body the size of an elephant, and a tail that stretches like a python. These descriptions bear an uncanny resemblance to the ancient sauropod dinosaurs that once roamed Earth millions of years ago. The creature allegedly dwells in the remote waterways and swamps of Congo, where it's said to feed on the malombo plant and other vegetation. In 1981, Dr. Roy McCall led a groundbreaking expedition into the Likuala region, documenting detailed accounts from local witnesses. One particularly compelling testimony came from a pygmy elder who described a close encounter. It rose from the water, its neck stretching taller than the trees. The ground shook with each step as it moved through our fishing area. We abandoned our canoes and fled. Scientists remain divided about the existence of Mokele-Mbembe. Some argue that the region's vast unexplored territories could harbor unknown species, pointing to recent discoveries like the okapi, which was once considered mythical. Others suggest these sightings might be misidentified elephants or hippos, particularly when viewed in murky waters or dense vegetation. The mystery of the Mokele-Mbembe persists, protected by the impenetrable nature of its alleged habitat. The Mokele-Mbembe might stop rivers, but the next creature caused elephants to scatter in terror, a predator so fierce it could rival the legendary Tyrannosaurus Rex. Number 13. The Casi Rex of Zimbabwe. Imagine standing face-to-face with a 13-foot dinosaur that moves like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's exactly what one explorer claims happened in 1932. Deep within the untamed wilderness of Zimbabwe lurks a creature straight from our prehistoric nightmares, the Casi Rex. This fearsome beast, described as a massive bipedal predator with razor-sharp teeth and powerful limbs, has sparked intense debates within scientific circles and captured the imagination of cryptozoologists worldwide. In 1932, Swedish explorer John Johnson claimed a terrifying encounter with this supposed living theropod. His description vividly talks about a creature reaching heights of 13 feet, bearing characteristics reminiscent of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. The beast allegedly emerged from dense vegetation, sending nearby elephants into a panic before disappearing back into the African bush. A black-and-white photograph purportedly showing the Casi Rex surfaced in the 1950s, depicting a massive reptilian creature confronting a rhinoceros. This image ignited fierce authenticity debates among experts, as the photo's origin remains untraceable to any credible source. Local tribal accounts describe a giant lizard that walks like a man, Yet these narratives differ significantly from the scientific understanding of theropod behavior and physiology. Some researchers suggest these sightings might be misidentified Nile monitors or other large African reptiles whose appearances could seem prehistoric to startled observers. Zimbabwe's Casi Rex captivated explorers and cryptozoologists alike, but the next sighting adds a whole new level of terror to the equation. Could it be the ultimate prehistoric survivor? Number 12. The Buron Jaw of Australia. They said dinosaurs were extinct, but one still roamed the wild, untamed lands of Australia. The Buron Jaw might be the proof we've been missing. This mysterious beast, described as a massive bipedal predator that stands up to 25 feet tall, bears an uncanny resemblance to the ancient Tyrannosaurus Rex. Aboriginal Dreamtime stories speak of a terrifying creature hunting in the remote regions of Arnhem Land. These tales, passed down through generations, describe a powerful reptilian beast with tiny arms, massive jaws, and a taste for cattle. Recent encounters with the Buron Jaw have sparked renewed interest in these ancient legends. In 1979, a group of cattle ranchers reported losing numerous livestock to an unknown predator, leaving behind massive three-toed tracks and partially devoured carcasses. A similar incident in 1995 involved a family camping in the outback who claimed to have witnessed a giant lizard walking on its hind legs through their campsite at dusk. The Australian outback's remote and largely unexplored terrain presents an intriguing possibility. Could these isolated regions serve as prehistoric sanctuaries? Scientists point to the discovery of the Volemi pine, a living fossil thought extinct for millions of years until its discovery in 1994, suggesting that Australia's isolated pockets might indeed harbor other prehistoric survivors. Cryptozoologists theorize that the Buron Jaw could represent a remnant population of small theropod dinosaurs that adapted and survived in isolation. The region's stable climate and vast uninhabited areas might have provided the perfect conditions for such creatures to persist undetected. While skeptics dismiss these claims as misidentified monitor lizards or elaborate folklore, the consistency of descriptions across both indigenous and modern accounts continues to intrigue researchers and mystery hunters alike. While Australia's Buron Jaw may dominate the land, across the globe, a legendary creature lurks in the deep, dark waters of Scotland, one whose name echoes through history. Number 11. The Loch Ness Monster. With over 260 billion cubic feet of water to hide in, the Loch Ness Monster could be more real than you think. Let's explore the evidence. Deep within Scotland's mysterious waters lies perhaps the world's most famous cryptid, the Loch Ness Monster. Scientists have long drawn fascinating parallels between descriptions of Nessie and the ancient plesiosaur, a marine reptile that swam Earth's oceans during the Mesozoic era. The earliest documented sighting dates back to 565 AD, when St. Columba allegedly encountered a water beast in the river Ness. Modern interest exploded in 1934 after the publication of the surgeon's photograph, depicting what appeared to be a long-necked creature emerging from the loch's dark waters. Scientific investigations have yielded intriguing data. In 1972, a team led by Robert Rines captured sonar readings of large, moving underwater objects, alongside underwater photographs showing what seemed to be a flipper similar to that of a plesiosaur. Advanced sonar surveys in 2016 detected a large mass moving against the loch's current at depths exceeding 500 feet. The loch's remarkable depth of 755 feet, coupled with its connection to the sea via the River Ness, could theoretically provide enough space and resources for an unknown species. The murky waters of Loch Ness hold 263 billion cubic feet of water, with visibility limited to mere inches in most areas. These conditions create perfect circumstances for a large creature to remain hidden, feeding imaginations and scientific curiosity alike. The depths of Loch Ness might conceal a plesiosaur, but Africa's Congo swamps offer a legend just as astonishing, a creature resembling a living stegosaurus. Number 10. The Mokele-Mbembe. Deep within the swamps of the Congo Basin lurks a creature so peculiar that its name must be spoken thrice. The Mokele-Mbembe, as described by the native Likuala people, is what many cryptozoologists believe could be a living stegosaur. This mysterious beast's most distinctive features mirror those of its prehistoric counterpart, with rows of protruding spikes along its back, creating an unmistakable shape against the dense jungle backdrop. Local accounts describe a massive, herbivorous creature that stands in chest-deep water, feeding on the lush vegetation of the region's waterways. The creature's alleged habitat spans the remote areas of the Congo's river systems, where witnesses report seeing a broad, muscular body covered in brownish-gray scales. Traditional Congolese folklore speaks of the Mokele-Mbembe with a mix of reverence and fear. Generations of stories describe encounters with this beast, often emphasizing its peaceful nature unless threatened. Scientific interpretations of these accounts have drawn fascinating parallels to the Stegosaurus family, noting the remarkable similarities in physical descriptions. The creature's reported behavior, spending long periods submerged in water while grazing on aquatic plants, suggests a possible adaptation that could explain how such a species might have survived extinction. The mystery deepens when considering the region's unique ecosystem. The Congo Basin's vast network of waterways, dense vegetation, and remote locations create perfect conditions for large creatures to remain hidden from scientific documentation. Some researchers suggest that if any dinosaur-like creature were to survive into modern times, the impenetrable swamps of Central Africa would provide an ideal sanctuary. The Mokele-Mbembe may be a peaceful giant, but not far away, a much more dangerous creature roams the African jungles, a horned predator with a name that sends chills through local tribes. Number 9. The Eman Tuukka. Imagine a beast so powerful it can take down an elephant with a single strike. Within the dense jungles of Central Africa lurks a creature that native tribes have feared and revered for generations, the Eman Tuukka, whose name translates to the killer of elephants in the Lingala language. Local accounts describe a massive beast bearing an uncanny resemblance to the prehistoric Triceratops, complete with a single deadly horn protruding from its snout. The Eman Tuukka is said to be a large creature, similar in size to a hippopotamus, with a stocky body and a horn like that of a rhinoceros. It is believed to inhabit the jungles and waterways of Central Africa, where it may have gone undetected by modern science. What sets the Eman Tuukka apart from other known animals is its reported behavior of attacking and killing elephants using its powerful horn. This aggressive action has not been observed in any existing African species, making it an intriguing subject for further investigation. As with many cryptids, some skeptics question the existence of the Eman Tuukka. Some researchers propose alternative explanations for the sightings. The Eman Tuukka is said to spend significant time in the water, which sets it apart from both rhinoceroses and buffalo. Unlike the tough hide of a rhinoceros or buffalo, witnesses claim that this creature has smooth, gray-brown skin. In recent years, expeditions have been launched into remote areas such as the Congo Basin in search of evidence supporting or debunking claims about undiscovered species like the Eman Tuukka. Some discoveries include unusual tracks near rivers and lakes and damage to vegetation, inconsistent with typical herbivore feeding patterns. The Eman Tuukka may dominate the jungle floor, but in another part of the world, a new enigma takes flight. One with wings that span the size of a small plane. Number 8. Pterosaur sightings in Papua New Guinea. The age of dinosaurs might not be over after all. In Papua New Guinea, witnesses describe creatures with wings as big as planes. Could it be a living pterosaur? Local villagers describe encounters with enormous flying beings that match descriptions of prehistoric pterosaurs, complete with leathery wings spanning up to 20 feet, elongated heads, and distinctive crests. In 1944, U.S. serviceman Dwayne Hodgkinson reported a startling encounter near Finschhafen. His detailed account described a creature with dark gray coloring, a long beak, and a wingspan comparable to a small aircraft.
Much like today's birds, pterosaurs ruled Earth's Mesozoic skies.
The being took flight from a clearing, creating powerful downdrafts that bent surrounding vegetation. Paleontologists studying these accounts note striking similarities between witness descriptions and Pterodactylus antiquus fossils. The reported physical features align remarkably well with known pterosaur anatomy, particularly the distinctive head crests and wing structures. Local tribes have incorporated these creatures into their cultural narratives for generations. The ropen, as it's known in some regions, features prominently in traditional stories, described as a nocturnal predator that hunts fish and small animals. The remote nature of Papua New Guinea's wilderness presents unique challenges for investigation. Vast stretches of unexplored territory, combined with difficult terrain and dense vegetation, create perfect conditions for undiscovered species to potentially survive undetected. Recent advances in biomechanical analysis suggest that creatures matching witness descriptions could theoretically achieve flight, though questions remain about how such beings might have survived the KT extinction event that claimed their prehistoric relatives. The ropen's leathery wings might bend forests, but in North America, legends speak of a bird so powerful it can summon storms. Number 7. The Thunderbird legend in North America. These majestic beings, described with wingspans reaching up to 20 feet, share remarkable similarities with prehistoric pterosaurs that once dominated Earth's skies. Native American tribes across different regions paint vivid descriptions of these creatures, as Lakota Sioux describe them as massive birds creating storms with their wings. Recent sightings have sparked renewed interest in these legendary creatures. Residents of Alaska's remote regions reported witnessing a giant bird with leather-like wings casting enormous shadows across the ground. Similar accounts emerged from Idaho's mountainous areas, where witnesses described creatures matching pterosaur characteristics: distinctive head crests, leathery wings, and long, pointed beaks. Scientists examining these reports face a fascinating dilemma. While pterosaurs officially went extinct alongside dinosaurs 65 million years ago, our planet still harbors numerous species once thought long gone. The discovery of the coelacanth in 1938, a fish believed to be extinct for millions of years, demonstrates nature's capacity to preserve ancient lineages. Remote areas of Alaska, the Pacific Northwest, and the Appalachian Mountains offer potential sanctuaries for undiscovered species. Multiple wildlife biologists have noted that large flying creatures could theoretically survive in these isolated territories, particularly given the complex cave systems and diverse ecosystems present. The Thunderbird might command storms, but Papua New Guinea's wilderness hides a creature so unique that it's hard to believe it exists. Number 6. The Ropen of Papua New Guinea. Deep within the lush jungles of Papua New Guinea, tales of a mysterious nocturnal creature have captivated researchers and cryptozoologists for generations. The ropen, described as a magnificent winged beast with a distinctive bioluminescent glow, has sparked intense debate about the possibility of living pterosaurs in modern times. Native inhabitants of Umboy Island paint a vivid picture of this enigmatic creature, reported to stretch between 4 to 15 meters with a long reptilian head with a distinctive crest. American missionary Jim Bloom documented numerous encounters with the ropen during his 20-year stay in Papua New Guinea. His detailed records describe a creature matching the characteristics of the rhamphorhynchoid pterosaur, complete with a long, diamond-shaped tail and sharp teeth. Village elders speak of ancient cave drawings depicting glowing flying creatures, while contemporary witnesses describe interactions that blur the line between natural history and supernatural phenomena. Recent scientific expeditions have employed night vision equipment and specialized cameras to capture evidence of the ropen. While definitive proof remains elusive, thermal imaging has detected large, warm-bodied objects moving through the night sky in patterns inconsistent with known local wildlife. The dense, unexplored regions of Papua New Guinea continue to guard their secrets, leaving the mystery of the ropen as one of cryptozoology's most compelling cases. The combination of consistent eyewitness accounts, historical documentation, and modern scientific investigation suggests something extraordinary inhabits these tropical skies. Now, it's time for our subscribers pick. What if I told you dinosaurs may not be extinct after all? Take a look at this image. That creature looks familiar, with its long tail and posture, and was caught on camera in a snowy forest. Is this just a trick of the light, or a living dinosaur roaming the wild? Scientists remain baffled by such sightings, unable to fully explain the origins of these mysterious creatures. Could prehistoric beasts still exist in remote areas of the world, hidden from human eyes? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. As the mystery of the existence of dinosaurs continues to baffle the world, another legend stirs, this time deep in South America, where whispers of living dinosaurs haunt Patagonia's wilderness. Number 5. El Gran Reptile of South America. When explorers discovered dinosaur fossils in Patagonia, they thought the past was buried. But modern tracks and encounters suggest otherwise. The vast expanse of South America's southernmost region harbors secrets that have captivated cryptozoologists and paleontologists alike. Local ranchers speak of encounters with El Gran Reptile, massive reptilian creatures that leave mysterious three-toed tracks across remote valleys. These descriptions bear striking similarities to theropod dinosaurs, particularly the Carnotaurus sastri, whose fossils were first discovered in this same region. A particularly compelling account comes from Argentine explorer Francisco Pascasio Moreno, who documented strange tracks and unusual animal behavior in his 1897 expedition journals. His detailed sketches show footprints matching no known living species, yet bearing remarkable resemblance to fossilized dinosaur tracks. South America's unique geological and biological isolation creates perfect conditions for species preservation. These features have already yielded surprising discoveries. The coelacanth, a prehistoric fish thought extinct for millions of years until its rediscovery. The region's geological stability and diverse ecosystems provide theoretical sanctuary spaces where ancient species might persist undisturbed. South America's El Gran Reptile is impressive, but our next legend takes us into West Africa's shadowy mangroves, where few live to tell tales. Number 4. The Ninkianka of West Africa. Lurking within the lush wetlands and winding rivers of Gambia, Senegal, and neighboring West African nations is a creature so terrifying that locals speak of it in hushed whispers: the legendary Ninkianka. This mythical beast, described as a massive dragon-like creature with scales that shimmer like polished metal, bears striking similarities to certain prehistoric dinosaurs. Traditional accounts have it that it has a serpentine body stretching up to 30 feet long, a distinctive horse-like head adorned with 3 horns, and a powerful tail capable of creating massive waves. Local communities have passed down stories of encounters through generations, with many claiming the creature inhabits the mangrove swamps and hidden waterways, by a fisherman who reportedly fell ill and died shortly after glimpsing the beast, a fate many locals believe befalls those who dare to look upon the Ninkianka directly. Cryptozoologist Richard Freeman's 2006 expeditions into the Gambian wilderness revealed intriguing physical evidence, including unusual tracks along riverbanks and mysterious disturbances in local waterways. The team collected testimonies from villagers who described encounters dating back decades, with consistent details about the creature's appearance and behavior. Scientists studying these reports have drawn parallels between the Ninkianka's described features and those of certain sauropod dinosaurs, particularly the Amargasaurus, known for its distinctive spinal protrusions. The creature's reported size and aquatic behavior also mirror characteristics of prehistoric marine reptiles. But the Ninkianka isn't the only legendary beast haunting our waters. Across the Atlantic, in North America's Lake Champlain, something equally ancient and elusive stirs beneath the surface. Number 3. The Lake Champlain Monster. In 1977, a photograph shocked the world. It appeared to capture a prehistoric beast in Lake Champlain. But was it real? Lake Champlain, located on the borders of New York and Vermont, is home to one of North America's most fascinating mysteries. This body of water is said to be inhabited by a creature affectionately known as Champ. What makes this creature so intriguing is its striking resemblance to the long-extinct plesiosaur, a marine reptile that once ruled the oceans. Witnesses who claim to have seen Champ describe it as having a long, snake-like neck, dark coloring, and an estimated length of 20 to 30 feet. These descriptions closely resemble scientific reconstructions of plesiosaurs. Interestingly, the way Champ is said to swim, with distinct humps breaking the surface of the water, aligns with theories about how these ancient reptiles moved through their aquatic environment. One intriguing piece of evidence surfaced in 1977 when Sandra Manzi snapped a photograph that appeared to show a long-necked creature rising from the lake's waters. However, experts remain divided on whether this image is genuine or merely an optical illusion. The unique geography of Lake Champlain may also play a significant role in these reported sightings. The lake boasts deep trenches that plunge to 400 feet, making it possible for undiscovered species to thrive in its depths. Furthermore, within the lake that are still largely uncharted. These geological features, coupled with the vast expanse and varying depths of Lake Champlain, provide ideal conditions for supporting large and elusive creatures. If you thought Champ was shocking, wait until you hear what's been sighted in New Zealand. Massive creatures resembling prehistoric dinosaurs roaming its untamed landscapes. Number 2. Dinosaur sightings in New Zealand. Deep within New Zealand's untamed wilderness, mysterious encounters with large bipedal creatures continue to spark imagination and scientific curiosity. Remote areas like the Fiordland National Park harbor tales of strange beings that match descriptions of prehistoric animals, leaving both locals and researchers puzzled. In 1971, a group of hunters reported encountering a massive, bird-like creature standing over 6 feet tall in the dense bush near Lake Manapuri. Their description bears striking similarities to the extinct moa, yet with distinct features reminiscent of theropod dinosaurs. The witnesses described scales rather than feathers and a long, rigid tail. These characteristics are inconsistent with known native species, Maori folklore, speaks of the puakai, a giant bird capable of carrying humans away, while traditionally linked to the extinct Haast's eagle. Some cryptozoologists suggest these legends might preserve memories of surviving dinosaur species. The taniwha, another creature from Maori mythology, shares characteristics with marine reptiles from the Mesozoic era. New Zealand's geographical isolation presents an intriguing possibility for species survival. The country split from Gondwana approximately 85 million years ago, creating a unique evolutionary sanctuary. This isolation allowed distinctive creatures like the tuatara, a living fossil from the age of dinosaurs, to survive. Recent expeditions in the remote South Island valleys have documented unusual tracks and unexplained nocturnal sounds. In 2019, hikers photographed large three-toed footprints near Arthur's Pass that sparked debate among paleontologists. While skeptics argue these prints result from modern bird species, the size and spacing suggest a much larger creature. New Zealand left us questioning the present, but in Brazil's Serra da Capivara National Park, the past might hold secrets that challenge everything we know. Number 1. Petroglyphs and dinosaur footprints in Brazil. Could Brazil's petroglyphs be proof that dinosaurs and humans coexisted? The evidence is shocking, and the questions it raises are even bigger. In the Serra da Capivara National Park, researchers uncovered an extraordinary collection of petroglyphs inscribed alongside genuine dinosaur footprints, sparking intense debate about prehistoric human awareness of these ancient creatures. The petroglyphs display distinctive characteristics that have left scientists astounded. Several rock art pieces depict large, two-legged creatures with elongated necks and tails. These ancient artworks, dated between 8,000 and 12,000 years old, share the same rock faces where paleontologists identified three-toed theropod tracks from the late Cretaceous period. The proximity of these prehistoric elements raises questions about ancient humans' observational capabilities. Some researchers propose that early Brazilian tribes might have encountered exposed dinosaur fossils, inspiring their artistic expressions. Others suggest these drawings could represent surviving species from the Mesozoic era, though this hypothesis faces significant scientific scrutiny. The meaning behind these petroglyphs becomes even more compelling when examining their artistic details. The precision in anatomical proportions suggests direct observation rather than imaginative creation, as said by Dr. Maria Santos of the Brazilian Rock Art Institute. Recent digital enhancement techniques revealed previously hidden elements in these rock paintings, including what appears to be accurate representations of muscle structures and joint placements. These details align remarkably well with modern paleontological understanding of certain dinosaur species. Archaeological teams continue documenting new findings across Brazil's vast territory, with particular focus on areas where dinosaur fossils intersect with ancient human settlements. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.